Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, subscribe, like this video if you like it at the end, of course. But today I just wanted to get on here and do a fun, kind of easy wearable daytime smoky eye. I'm only using a few shadows and yeah, it's pretty easy to achieve. You can use only 2 shadows if you wanted to, just depending on the products you have and your time limit. But yeah, it's just a really pretty kind of easy wearable look. It looks like you tried harder than you did. So if you want to see how I got this look, then keep watching. Okay, so let's get into the makeup look. I have all my skincare done already and my brows because they're kind of annoying. So I did those off camera. So I'm going to start with actually my eyes today because this is a little bit of a smokier kind of look. But I'm going to start by priming my lids with the Erin's Faces primer. Sorry, it's very dirty. I like this primer because it does have a little bit of a tint to it, so it kind of evens out your lid a little bit while it's priming, so that's nice. So you just want to make sure it's even everywhere so you don't get any patchy eyeshadow or anything. I hate doing my eyeshadow first, honestly, because it looks so weird to me. I'm like, ew, this looks ugly. And then it ends up looking fine after. Okay, so you can see it just kind of cancels out a little bit of like the redness or any discoloration on your lashes, on your eyelids. Then I'm going to take this big fluffy brush and use a Silk Naturals eyeshadow, which is a great affordable clean brand. The only thing that I don't love is that their eyeshadows are loose, which I can deal with, but it's just not my favorite. Also, before I do that, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm gonna take a bone colored shadow from Red Apple Girls, or Red Apple, and this is in the shade Porcelain. And I'm gonna take it out just on my finger because I'm being lazy, and just set this primer. You can use any neutral shade that you have, just kind of like something. You could even use setting powder, little foundation, whatever you prefer. Okay, so now back to what I was saying. The fluffy brush and then this shade Comfy from Silk Naturals. So just get a little on here, tap it off, and then you can just be messy and get this in your crease. So this is gonna be, I think I'm only gonna use 3 shadows today, minus that bone colored one. But you can use 2, you can use less, just depending. So you just wanna do little circles and like windshield wiper motions. But you can see this is just kind of like a warm toned, very light kind of transition shade I have going on. So yeah. Just throw it in there. Just want it to look very diffused and buffed in. And it's okay if it gets down like on your lid because we're gonna be doing a darker shade down there anyways. And then I just kind of like to keep blending back and forth, and then I drag it out a little bit in here. But that's like once you have the product off, you don't want any like harsh craziness here. But just elongates like the eye a little bit. Okay, so that's pretty blended. And then I'm gonna go in with a Red Apple lipstick, I guess you say, shadow in the color. Let's see, I always forget the names of them. This is Sugar and Spice. It has a little bit of shimmer to it. I wish it was more matte. I mean, it's fine, but it's a warm toned brown again, a little bit darker than Comfy. And then I'm going to take this kind of a little bit lower, but still in the crease, but not blended up as high. And then also bring it all on my lid as well. You just want a nice like gradient of colors. And again, if there's like crazy fallout, it's fine because we haven't done our concealer or foundation yet. What I might do, honestly, I'm gonna use this flat packing brush right here, and I'm going to pick up that color just so I can get a more even coverage, a little bit more concentrated on my lid. And then I'll go back with the blending brush though. Dun, dun. So you want to work in layers when you're working with kind of like a little bit more matte shadows, because they can get a little patchy sometimes. But yeah, just build up the color. Okay, so back to the blending brush just so it doesn't look choppy or anything. Seamless. And then drag it out a little. I like these kind of looks because it looks like you tried very hard with your shadow and you're being like extra, but you're not. It's really easy. Okay, so there we have that. And then I'm gonna go in with a shade from Hint Beauty, which is one of my all-time favorites. It is called Rosy Velvet. If you've followed me for a while on Instagram, I have posted about this a lot, but it's this gorgeous red toned brown shade. It's really pretty on blue and green eyes. So yeah, definitely check this out. But I'm gonna take it on a smaller little blending brush like this and pick up some of the color, tap it off, and then just focus this more on the outer corner of my eye. So you can just see it's just giving us a deeper shade there. But these colors are very warm toned and they just work really pretty together. I'll pick up some more. And then you can just build to your desired depth, really, depending how dark you want to go. And then I'll just go back with my fluffy brush again, so everything is seamless. That's the key to life. And just gonna drag that shadow. I like to bring it down here as well. Okay, so we just got that really like buffed out look on our eyes. Okay, so now that we have that color, I kind of want to just add a little bit more to the outer corners. Just kind of pack it. Pack it in there. And then I'm going to take a kind of cleaner brush as I'm cleaning out my hand, and then just buff out here. Again, kind of drag it once things are buffed. Okay, so we're looking crazy because I have no makeup on anywhere else, but that's it for now. And then we're gonna move on to the foundation and concealer and everything, and then go back and do the under eye after. So for foundation, I think I'm gonna use the Ilia True Skin Serum Foundation that I love. I have just a little sample like I mentioned last time because I ran out, but I'm gonna get more soon. So just dab this on the face. Just love this so much because, like I mentioned, it has such a lightweight feel, but still gives you really great coverage. So yeah. So sometimes I'll blend this one with my fingers, but I just want to use this brush, flat top kabuki brush. I'll link some options for you guys that are great foundation brushes, like Real Techniques, I'm sure you've heard of. Bring it down just to meet my neck, that's super pale. And then get my forehead. Okay, so you can see that covers really well with just those few dots of foundation. And then I'm going to take my damp beauty blender and just go over so there's no brush stroke lines or anything like that. Okay, so there we have the foundation down. And then I'm going to go in with, maybe I'll use, if I have any left of my Saint Cosmetics concealer, I'm having a struggle. This is Linen Light, but it is literally almost gone, so we'll see if I can get enough for the look. Ooh, I think so. Perfect. So I just like to put this in kind of like a triangular shape under my eye. I love concealer. So this is a really lightweight formula, gives you good coverage. And you guys know I love their foundation. Do a little down my nose, chin, around my nose here. Gets a little red. Okay, so now that we went overboard with concealer, I like to fix my brow hairs. No, I like to blend it in a little bit with my finger first. And then you can clean up this line. The beauty of concealer. It's like an eraser. And then go back with my beauty blender. Make sure it is perfect. I'll go on my nose. Okay, so now that we're concealed, I'm just gonna continue with the rest of my face and do the rest of my eyes later. I am going to set this with, so I want a tiny bit more coverage maybe. I'm gonna use my Honeybee Gardens powder in Supernatural. Okay, well, I have no idea where my brush went, so I'm using this Antonym brush. See if it works. But I'm just gonna like dab it. So I'm not moving around my foundation. Okay, there we go. Then I'm going to bronze my face with this little fluffy brush, and I'm gonna use, I think, the Han Skincare bronzer in Malibu. Really pretty shade. Kind of. You just want to go in the hollows of your cheeks. This is like a satin finish, I would say. Get that hairline. I like to go down my neck. And for a really natural bronze look, you would go across your bridge of your nose like you've been out in the sun. I like to kind of contour with this as well, just because. So now that we have a little bit of bronze going on, I will do my blush. Wow, sorry. I'm gonna go in with Samba from Zuzu Luxe, and it's this gorgeous orange shade. Orange, like peachy shade, just goes with like the kind of eye look that I'm doing right now. This reminds me of like MAC Margin, I think it is. I used to be obsessed with that one. So it does have a shimmer. It's not a matte blush, but it's just really beautiful. You just want that on the apples of your cheeks and just kind of meld it into the bronzer. And again, if you take this across the bridge of your nose, it just kind of gives you a natural look that maybe you were in the sun too much. Depending on the color, of course. Okay, so there we have the bronzer and blush, and then I'm going to use this little fan brush here and do a little highlight. I'm going to use a shadow, you guys, because I'm struggling. This is Celebrate from Han Skincare, just a very neutral shade, but looks pretty as a highlight. As you can see, it's shining. I like to do a little kind of like C shape with my highlighter. Take it down my nose. Okay, so that's really pretty as a highlighter as well, and it's a beautiful shadow. Okay, so then we will go back to the eyes and take that shade from Red Apple lipstick, and it was Sugar and Spice. Take the little kind of smaller blending brush and go under the eye. And then just connect it with that kind of flick we did. Okay, and then again, I just like to kind of go back with the fluffy brush because we cleaned up stuff with our concealer, just to make sure it doesn't look like too cut out there. All right, and then I'm gonna take the little angle brush from my Saint Cosmetics Blessed in Burgundy palette, and I'm gonna spray this with a little bit of this Rose Neroli face mist and take the darkest shade from this palette. You can use any dark brown, but I just want to get it right under my lashes on the outer corner here. Like nothing too crazy. But just give a little bit of depth right there. Okay, so that's that. And then I'll go back with the blending brush just to kind of make sure it looks buffed in. And then from here, I like to do a brown liner to tightline. So this is from Au Natural Cosmetics. I think it's old, but just kind of warm it up on the back of my hand first and then just tightline up here. Sorry, it's like really weird to do. But it just gives a really natural, fuller lash line effect when you do that. And then last but not least, I'm gonna use the Pacifica liner in Bare, I believe. And I'm just gonna do my waterline, and it just helps to open up your eyes. It's nice to do this, I think, when you have a little bit more of a smoky eye, because it just brightens it, gives it kind of like a doll eye effect, if you can see. But yeah, and then I'm gonna do mascara. This is the Honest Beauty, of course, my favorite at the moment. But another really good one is from Ilia, and you can get that at Sephora. I love that mascara as well. It's super lengthening. So you just want to let this set for about 30 seconds before you go in with the mascara. It was so funny. My mom was like, I didn't even know that I had that primer until I watched your video. I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm glad now she knows she can use the primer. So wait a second, let it dry, and then apply the mascara. Okay, so we have the mascara done. And if you wanted to add more drama, you could do some false lashes with this look, which would be really pretty. Or you could use, do like a winged liner with some shadow, but I just kind of like it like this, a little bit smokier, nothing too like defined. And then last, I'm going to line my lips with my favorite liner at the moment from Honeybee Gardens in the color Zen. Just kind of looks like your lips, but better, and mine is all stubby, so I gotta sharpen it really quick. Okay. I just kind of fill them in a little bit with it as well. You can see it's just a pretty kind of light pink shade. And then I'm gonna use a nude lipstick with this look, and this is the shade Dune from Gabrielle Cosmetics. And you can get this at like Whole Foods, but it's just this pretty nude shade. But that, you guys, is the final look. So super wearable, easy, kind of smoky eye. It looks like you put a lot of time and effort into it, but it's really, let's see, I used 3 shadows essentially. You could use just 2, like a medium tone brown and then a darker tone brown, but really up to you, you know, the steps you want to take. But yeah, super easy. But really it's just all about blending and getting the, you know, desired kind of depth you want on your eyes and just blending. So yeah, hopefully you guys like this video. If you guys have any suggestions or things you want to see on my channel, let me know, and I'll try to get that for you guys. But thank you so much for watching.